slow to speak and quick to listen. I have switched my position. Correction, no, not I, but rather grace that has made the transition. Give credit where credit is due. Lord, this is me saying it is not I, but you and only you. Revelations 12:11. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. So I can only pray that what Christ has done within me can create in you an unshakable faith for your freedom. So now, let me take you to the place where it all began. You see, before I was born, God knew I was precious. And no, not like the rest. I was his pride, possession. And to mark me as gold, he named me Solomiya. And he spoke, only mine they will call you from day to day. And your name, it will be a reminder of the price that I paid. My son I gave up to fight for your heart. And here you thought it was simply cheap arts? I have watched those that call themselves men try to play my part, but instead, they have only broken your heart. Broken at age 8 and again at 17. I have prayed you'd hear my voice in the midst of all the noise and you'd come back to me. I have counted all your tears as you try to cope with the fears of love and betrayal. And with each heartbreak, I have whispered your name louder and louder. Only mine will you hear me, only mine will you stay, only mine will you come back and let me mend away the pain. I have waited for you to stop running away from me and praying you would run right into me. And your heart, it would recognize my touch, so you'd have to give up and give in to me. But I didn't. And that was just the beginning. Let me make this clear. I've been privileged with godly parents, the best of the best. And my brothers, well, they're shining examples of real men. I am the definition of blessed. But you see, at an early age, life threw a curveball my way. Instead of ducking, I let it hit me in hard, and I fell off the stage. And instead of running to you, God, I ran the other way. And it seems since then, I've kept up the pace, sending my life into a complete whirlwind of pain. I lost my way was the least you could say. I replaced the author of peace with the entourage that could fit my current state. Haven't you heard? Misery loves company. And if that were really the case, well, then I had the entire empire with me. Sitting on the throne of ignorance, no signs of moderation. I aimed for the high life, praying it would numb the memories that tormented me at night. But then, at age 17, life taught me a whole new level of pain. And once again, I made the choice to run the other way. It seemed as if I had found every direction furthest from you, believing my heart was too broken, it would never heal, so I hid from you. With a broken heart and a shattered life, I tried to pick up the pieces, but like broken glass, they seemed to cut deep, and soon the lies cut deeper. I had perfected imitation, for that was the only key to survival I knew. If you fake a smile long enough, they won't dare to question your heart. But no matter how good of a performance I gave, I could always hear your voice like background noise saying, this isn't right. Let me take your place as director. My love, you've gone too far. You need a protector. And one night, it was as if you were desperate to hear my voice. Because for the first time, the noise around me, it ceased. And I heard your voice. And that night, it was as if my legs, they could no longer run from you. And my heart, it was so far from you, I could have sworn it was off your map. And that night, I considered an eternal nap. But in that moment, you wouldn't let me go. And I couldn't understand why a God like you wanted a girl like me. But for the first time, I decided to fully trust you. So I let go, I let God, and I fell right into you. And I showed you my heart with all its lies and its bruises, put back together so many times, it was unrecognizable to the heart you created within me. And I was convinced you would run like the rest. But I believe that was the moment things changed, because for the first time, you stayed. My God, you stayed. And it took time and it took grace for you to put me back in my place. But then I began to really know who you were. Beyond just the God of my parents, you were now my Savior, my healer, my Redeemer, my King. And I began to trust you. And you repositioned my identity, speaking my name time and time again. You reminded me of the royal decree, for I was made by a king, I was royalty. The more I got to know you, the more I realized what a lie I used to live. I was a daughter of the Most High King. And when the world said, look at her, she is broken, your blood cried out, no, she is blessed. A daughter of the Most High King, it was now time to dream a new dream. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Lord, my future in your hands, I am at your command. And I'm committing my life not to a standard of perfection, but a standard of grace. And may all the days of my life, I confess that your strength, it is made perfect in my weakness. And I choose to take my position as beloved and blessed. And I will hold my head high, for grace has made the transition. But do not take me at my word. Rather, let my life speak my story. With the cross before me and the world behind me, I may fall, but never will I turn back. For I have tasted the goodness of God, and I can never be the same. So I stand before you, giving credit where credit is due. Lord, may I forever be able to thank you. And I leave you with the words that Christ spoke to me. Beloved, won't you just give up and give in to me? Thank you.